This video is designed to help you install Aqua wall panels. Please also refer to the printed instructions that are supplied with your Aqua wall panels for full details of preparation, installation and aftercare. To fit the panels, you will need a sealant gun, silicone sealant and grab adhesive, a sealant finishing tool, a spirit level and a tape measure, a pencil or marker, a saw and 3mm spacers. Walls must be structurally sound, dry and free of all grease, contaminants and old mouldings or screws. The surface must have a flatness tolerance of no more than 2 mm over 1 metre. Ensure that all fittings, including the bath or shower tray, are level. Panels should be transported horizontally and stored on a flat, solid surface to prevent warping. Do not store or stand panels on their edges, as this may damage the locking system. Acclimatise panels for a minimum of 24 hours prior to use by unboxing the panels and separating them. Lay the panels flat in the room, keeping the room temperature between 10 and 37 degrees Celsius. Sort the panels before installation to achieve your preferred mix of patterns. Check each panel for damage or imperfections before installing them. Our gloss panels have a protective film. It's recommended to keep the film in place until the panel is in its final fitting location and any cuts have been made. If installed correctly, Aqua wall panels are 100% waterproof. However, as an extra precaution, for wet areas, we recommend using a tanking kit to create a waterproof barrier before installation. To achieve a symmetrical professional look, the first and last panels should be roughly equal in width. This can be adapted for personal taste. Measure the height and width of the walls, then calculate whether you need to cut the panels to fit. Do not include the click seal locking profile in your measurements. Before marking out your panels, position the panels with the groove facing outwards to enable consecutive panels to connect when installed. Measure and make cuts to the first panel, if required. Measure the height of the wall from the floor to the ceiling in several places, and transfer this to the panel, allowing a minimum 3mm expansion gap at the base and top of the panel. Tip: apply masking tape to the top surface of the panel prior to marking out your cutting lines. Use a spirit level or straight edge and pencil to mark the cutting line on the panel. With the panel facing upward, use a saw to cut the panel following the pencil line. Make sure the panel is wiped clean after cutting and any rough edges removed. Always wear appropriate PPE when cutting or drilling panels. For panels where trims will be applied, for example at the outer ends or where panels meet at a corner, cut off the click seal locking profile on any edges where trims will be applied. When cutting the panels around pipework and fittings, ensure your measurements are accurate by taking vertical and horizontal measurements. Transfer these to the relevant panels, ensuring the locking joints are located at the correct side of the panel, and the panel is the right way up when installed. If you need to drill holes for pipework or fittings, make the diameter of the hole 7mm bigger than the screw or pipe to allow for expansion. Drill holes using a hole saw. Take care to drill slowly without undue force to avoid cracking or damaging the panel. Wipe down the panel to remove any debris. Before fitting the panels to the wall, use 3mm packers or spacers between the panel and the floor, shower tray or bath, and the same gap at the corners. Offer the panel up to the wall to ensure that the panel fits in its location. Carefully remove any protective film that may be on the front of the panel. Then apply 5 to 6 mm thick lines of grab adhesive in a vertical stripe pattern on the back of the panel, 20 to 25 mm from the edges. Ensure the lines are a consistent thickness. If required, install the end trim onto the outer edge of the panel before applying the panel to the wall. Apply a bead of silicone sealant into the trim channel to achieve a watertight seal. Use a laser level to ensure the panel is vertically straight. This is the most critical check. Once the panel is located, press the panel firmly to the wall, checking that it is flat and vertical. With the first panel as your guide, continue building the wall with a consistent technique to ensure tight, seamless joints. Apply a continuous bead of silicone sealant into the groove of the already installed panel. Take the next panel and angle the tongue of its locking joint into the silicone sealant-lined groove at approximately 15 to 20 degrees. Ensure its bottom edge aligns with the previous panel. Gently push the panel towards the wall until the click seal profiles lock together. The seam should be tight. Secure the panel by pressing it against the wall. Wipe away any excess silicone from the seam immediately. Continue in this way until you are ready for the last panel. Add trims as required and install the final panel in the same way as previously. Remove any spacers or packers once the panels are securely in place and the adhesive has dried. If panels meet at a corner, use an internal or external corner trim to create a neat joint between the two panels. Finally, where trims have not been applied, fill any expansion gaps using a good quality silicone sealant. Also apply a neat bead of silicone along the ceiling edge and bottom edge where the panels meet the floor, trim or shower tray, and in any other wet areas. Use a sealant finishing tool for a neat finish, and wipe away any excess with heavy-duty wipes if necessary. After fixing the panels, allow the adhesive and sealants to cure for approximately 72 hours, or as directed by the adhesive and sealant manufacturers. Following these instructions should ensure that the wall surface is adequately prepared for installation, and that the Aqua wall panels will stay securely in place without issues.